Have you ever figured that out?
Well, the kind of the number we've had and the kind of attitude, we ended up with about, right at this point, about 80 miles of wiring. And that's
80 miles
that's everything, all the stringers, the feeders, the interlocks, all the wiring involved is somewhere around 80 miles.
The numbers are adding up, folks. You guys get lucky to work with the Kcxl Electric because you got a full-time job.
Yeah.
Thinking about the Plaza Lights, and in the meantime, May, June, July, August, you take a little bit of recuperating situation and say, what else? Let's do something that's fun. Let's build a building and set up our own lights. You know, look at some funny things. I'll tell you what. We're got about 4 minutes left here on this first segment there. Well, after we come back, we'll talk about some different things that have happened over the period of several years, and we might have something to goof up on the stage, or something happened that you think might set you back, but the work carries on, it carries on, it carries on. So miles of lights, miles of wiring, and how many men, or I shouldn't say how many men, how many personnel do you have at Kcxl Electric to actually coordinate the entire job of putting up the lights and everything else as far as the big night Plaza Light ceremony?
Well, Mike and I run the job, but we'll have up to 5 total in the crew, and that's including us. So with all the lifts and all the rappelling we do now, we can cut it down to about 5 people, and sometimes it's less than that. It just depends. Years ago, when it was all done with scaffolding, you had over 20 men because you had to have people on every leg of the scaffold and people on top of the scaffolds. Well, we use hydraulic lifts, cherry
safety
pickers.
measures.
Right. So we can, cut it down to, down to 5, sometimes 4 people to put the lights up. So it's amazing what the lifts and everything can do.
Well, that amazes me to figure out that there are 80 miles of lights and 257 or 1,000 lights, every miles of wiring and everything else, done by only a handful of people. That is awesome. That's more, to me, that's more important than the other numbers you give me. The fact you're able to do this, coordinate this entire job with only a handful of people.
That's why we start so early, usually August 1st, because there's a lot to do. And when you get too many people, you end up, sometimes you don't get as much done because you're spending more time showing people stuff than you are getting anything done yourself. So that's what we got it worked out to.
Well, let's take that little break there. So we'll much more to talk about. I'm sure that got any questions? Well, anything. Anyway, the numbers of lights, the numbers of people coordinate the lights. 105 days between now and the turning on of the Plaza Lights. The event is always people look forward to. We talked about the people come down and go to hotels and set up on the top of the hotels and everything possible, celebrating the Plaza Lights. We're going to take a station break. We'll come back. Don't you dare go away. We'll be back here. Well, who knows what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes, but we'll plan that we'll be here on the Circle of Friends.
Hold on a second.